Mr. Eggplant presents...
Hey guys, Tyler here. Thank you for checking out this video. And I'm back here with some more Horrific Visions content, and today I'm attempting a 4-mask run here in Stormwind. So the 4 masks I'm using are going to be Dark Imagination, Pained, Multitudes, and Vengeance. And shout out to Glitchy for helping me find that Mask of Vengeance that's just laying around here in Stormwind. The build that I'm using, which will also be found down in the description of the video, is on the screen now. It's a standard AoE or Mythic Plus Dark Ranger build with one exception, which is Scout's Instincts over here on the left side. It helps you deal with the slow when you're using your aspect of the cheetah in Umbric's area. And I will still probably switch to a pet when I'm fighting Umbric just to make that significantly easier. And then my item level is 681, but please keep in mind, I'm not a Mythic Raider. I do my 10s or so to get those myth track items from the vault, but you can do 7s and 8s, get those gilded crests. You can make up to 7 items for crafting that go up to 681 item level. You can buy your BIS trinkets thanks to the puzzling cartel chip. So there's an amazing amount of player power out there if you are wanting to push yourself here in Visions like I am. And then the enchant that I'm using on the helm is Lesser Void Ritual. Okay, I think we are good to go. Let's go ahead and enter this vision and see what we can do. And if you guys want to see any other vision content, please leave me a comment down below. I really appreciate it when you guys do. And let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to go a little bit faster than I had to. I've been trying to practice to see if I can get anywhere close to a 5-mask run this week. I don't think it's possible, especially when I don't pull everything in that pack. Alright, so I'm going to drop my volley here. I'm going to go ahead and use my true shot now, get it on cooldown, get these guys down, because I have a couple of pulls in mind. I want to pull this pack here. Let's get them pulled. And then I want to pull the guys in front of the Cathedral. My goal is to get these guys down while I have true shot. And now let's see what our buff for the run is going to be. Hopefully it's one that I can easily remember. Okay, so the bad buff is going to be blue. So that means the good buff is going to be purple. So Haley's favorite color. Okay, I just got to remember that. The blue is bad, purple is good. Let's see what red's going to be this time. I don't actually have all those memorized, just the others. So my buff this go around is going to be 7% versatility by taking on this guy. And so when you take this guy on, he will give you a buff up here for 7% versatility, so that's 7% more damage and 3.5% less damage taken. So I'm going to group everything up and then mow them down. Grab this real quick. And there's 2 different buffs in this first area. There's the versatility buff or the haste one, which is in here. I prefer haste, personally. Onto this pack here, and I'm going to attempt to cleave off of the casters, because they actually scare me more than that guy. Okay, on we go. So purple is our best friend. Actually, that's a black liquid. Let's see what the black liquid does. So all of these have like a drawback if you let them run out. They last for 5 minutes and it stacks. So my goal is to just grab as many of each one of them as I can, as long as it's not the blue one. Okay. Leave on these guys. The tumors keep you in combat, so you'll see me clear them whether I really need to or not. And now we are into the Dwarven District. So I'm going to avoid using my true shot until I get to not this next pull, but the pull after. First explosive down. Okay, get rid of all these guys. And get this guy down. Cool. I don't know what red is just yet, or maybe I did click it. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and use my true shot here. And then we're going to go to the mini boss. And then we're going to do a big pull here. So I'm going to group everything up. I'm going to drop my...
Interrupt.
I'm going to drop my binding shot down, and then that kind of groups them up and I can mow them down without them beating me in the face. And then this is how you start the bike quest line. Dude has a nasty kick, so you want to be careful of that. But you do have to actually pull him to get to one of the bombs. So you can start that. And if you have one mask on, you can start that event. You just talk to his bike afterwards, like it's right there, and then that gets you started. So I'm looking for purple, and I don't want blue. Purple, no blue. There's a weak aura and stuff that you can use for that, but I don't have it downloaded. So purple, that one's definitely worth going back there because this would give me more sanity back, so plus 100 sanity. And now I've wasted enough time to get binding shot down, so we're ready for another pull. Let them all group up. And boom. Okay. Alright, so there's a green, so let's grab the green. There's a blue, so we don't want that. Okay. You can always trap these guys too, if you wanted to. I'm assuming you can. I guess I don't know for sure. I go in here with the defensive, just in case. Disengage back. Alright, perfect. So that's all the bombs, and the bombs are always in the same area. I should have hit the plunger first from the bomb, then went and grabbed that. Just little things like that can, if you're really trying to push the 5 mask, and then later on, if you're trying like an 8 mask, which is my ultimate goal. I'm really excited. I want to make that happen here on my channel. Alright, so I'm just kind of walking around here. I'm not going to use my true shot because I'm going to have to use it on a big pull after this. But I'm going to run up to him. He's going to drop his bombs. I'm going to stand right next to the bombs. And then he's going to do a frontal.
Shockwave.
But then I'm going to go around him, and then it's just rinse and repeat. He'll drop more bombs. I'll stand near the bombs. And we'll get him taken out. Alright, down he goes. That is the first area. There's no potions, but there is a figment that's going to keep me in combat, which I love so much. And let's move on over to Oldtown, which will be next. On these guys, I always cleave off of the eyeball, and then I still always kill those. I don't like to be kept in combat like that. Alright, so this first area here, there's going to be invis guys that's going to lower your haste by 70%. So I'm going to go ahead and soak that. If I use rapid fire before they put the poison on me, it doesn't hurt me. And I'm going to use my true shot here on this pull. And this pull is only here during multitudes. Kills those fast, and then we're going to pull the Arms Master. I'm going to go up to the Arms Master. She's going to do the circle. I'm going to run out. If you stand in the circle, you lose a bunch of sanity. And I have my true shot up, so she should really melt. She'll have a roaring blast. You can just run through her if you'd like. That's blue, so that's bad. That's Disorient Tyler. That's also bad. Now there's a gate here, so we can't get through here. But what I have been doing is I'll jump up here, and then I'll kind of jump backwards, get on this light pole. Oops. Normally I have a much better hit chance on this, but apparently not. So I'm going to wait and see where this one is. Perfect. Perfect. Get up there, and this is all thanks to Glitch too, by the way. And then disengage back, and then I'm up here on top. I'm just going to wait. So even though I'm wasting, 20 seconds per disengage, I'm still saving a ton of time because over here on the map, over on the other side, that is filled with like basically teeming mobs, and you're going to waste so much time, and it's very lethal. So I'm going to jump up and disengage at the top of my jump, and now we are good to go. And I'm going to go onto this Executioner first and preemptively use a defensive. Because he has a pull-in, and that pull-in hurts. Hurts real bad. Great. So we're now thinking about maybe we should be using one of my orbs. So I will go ahead and use one here, and I'm going to try to stay out of combat. So like if there's a tumor or something around, it'll keep you in combat as well. So you can get full sanity stacks here. There's also going to be an invis guy about there. Maybe. Let's see. Ah, I was right. I was right. Let's go ahead and take him out. And then let's find the Executioner. I'm going to wait for this. I'm going to get out of it and then pull him. Because he's going to pull me. And then that is so jarring when that happens. Okay, and then there's going to be another Invis dude. It's going to be somewhere here in the middle. Right there. There's two, actually. Kind of forgot about that, to be honest. There's three. I definitely didn't know that there was three there. I guess I'm still getting used to going this way first, because this is usually the exit. And then I'm going to pull the big dude. Now, the big dude, I cannot use my true shot on him, and I also cannot use it on the big pull after this. He's going to drop appendages on me. I'm going to get out of that, because that's going to make me lose sanity. I use a defensive here. That does make me lose a little bit of sanity. It took me longer than normal to kill that guy, but I have to save my true shot for Shaw. Either that or I need to start lusting him. So I could actually put 2 lusts in here if I really wanted to. See if there's an invis. There are. These guys make this pull terrible. They're not connected either, so I'm going to go ahead and soak the damage, or the slow. I'm going to wait for this. I'm going to step out, use my defensive. Here we go. Drop my volley, use my explosive shot, black arrow, and they should pretty much fall over at that point. There we go. Much easier to deal with if you deal with these two guys that's going to slow you first. Keep that in mind. That's a huge quality of life change. I'm going to use the key, go through here, and now we are ready for Shaw. I'm going to use my heal. He's always standing right here, so we can pull him out. Use True Shot, and here we go. Alright, so put your back to the eyes. I accidentally got hit. Not ideal. And then the Figment also popped out there. But down goes the Figment. We're going to actually go back the way we came. So my goal is to only use one of the portals, which will be the Umbric one to the very end of the zone. Okay, I'm gonna stand here where there's open area. I'm going to wait. Going to go through here. And then there's 2 more invisible guys right here. Oh, I just missed him, apparently. Rip. Cool. And now on to the next area, which is the Trade District. I can't believe I still don't remember each of these areas from Stormwind. You can definitely tell I'm a hoardie. Alright, in we go. And this is one of my most annoying... home to one of the annoying mobs, which is the burrowing appendages. Like, they're not hard per se, but they're just annoying. Sometimes that's worse than anything. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pull this group here. And then I don't have my True Shot yet, so I'm actually going to hold off on pulling this guy. Because I've had some... okay, so what I need to do, I need to be able to kill him with between only being able to interrupt him once. So I'm going to head this way. I'm going to pull into here so I don't pull anything extra. Just do my normal rotation, get out of that. Perfect. And then that's going to allow this guy to pop into here, and what was it? Blue is the one we don't want, right? Yeah, blue. But purple is the one we want because that's Haley's favorite color. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to remember some of this stuff. I'm going to pull this group here. I don't think they're attached. Yeah, they're not. Cool. Dodge that. Alright, so when I kill this other dude, he's going to give me back some of my sanity. I have my True Shot up. Here we go.
Interrupt.
Have to interrupt him. Cool. There we go. That's how I want that interaction to work. And I still have 9 seconds left on my True Shot, so I'm going to go pull this pack. Now. Okay, and then last but not least, we got these guys over here. Oh, this guy's huge. I was not expecting him to still be alive. Whew. That's scary. This guy is ginormous. Yeah, note to self. Watch out for Squidward. And that hurt. That really hurt. Purple liquid, perfect. So I'm going to grab this. Is this purple as well? Purple liquid. Hey, this is... I'm a little lucky here. Let's just be honest. Scorched feet. I'm going to go grab this. And then I have 56 seconds till my true shot, but I'm not going to get to use it. That's okay. I come in from the side. Dodge the tentacles. Perfect. And now we are down to the final guy. He's actually, of all of the final dudes of the zones, he's probably the easiest, and we have the most outs against him. So, and he has the least amount of health too. Let's
Run.
change the servitude. I'm going to use my turtle so it negates it entirely. All hunters can do this, not just marksmen.
Run.
Dodge that. I think the dot's going to kill him. There we go. Perfect. So that he just gave me some focus as well. So we're going to open up all of our captives here. There's 8 of them in total, and they're always in the same spots. I'm still getting used to the best way to do this. Still kind of testing things out. I've just been defaulting to the way I used to do it back in BFA. So that way I end up basically where I need to be at the end. And there's one more pack in here that I need to pull. So I will go pull them. I'm going to use a defensive to start out here. Explosive shot, volley. Then we have my Figment. Alright, so we're getting kind of close. We've still only used one of our orbs, which is nice. That's green. Let's go ahead and grab the green. And my goal is to get out of here and just in front of Umbric's area. But we're just going to get close to it as we can. So I'm going to drop my sanity here. It's not where I wanted to drop, but I wanted to be into Umbric's room, or into his zone, but I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. Okay, as soon as it fills, we're good. I'm just going to stand in it, even though we're not getting full value. We're still getting some value. But I only do that after I have filled it. Filled my bar. And then also, if you talk to this, if you haven't already, that's how you get 1/2 of a mask that you'll get next week as well. And that's spawning Hogger. Alright, so this pull is going to be rough, particularly with these ads coming out here. And unfortunately, I walked into the disorient. This guy's huge.
Interrupt.
And then this is where there's, unfortunately, a really bad bottleneck. So all these little corruption dudes are going to continually spawn in here for a bit. They will eventually clear out, and they are going to be buffing everything as they die. So they are not scary themselves, but the power they can give other things is what's scary. So I'm just going to continue to kill the corruption bits. I'm going to wait for this to pop through. And then this last guy. I guess there's a couple more. They just continually spawn, so there'll be a point where I just have to go. But it's either that or they sneak up behind you when you're killing other things. And then they're inadvertently buffing them. Okay, I'm going to get out here to where maybe I can get cut through here. Cool. And I'm going to kill just the stock. Well, not just the stock, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to... There's a bigger pull ahead, and I'm not pulling that. That's what I should have said. Okay. Alright, so this next pull... I'll wait for this. This next pull has a bunch of casters in it, and I'm going to target the casters. Then I'm going to go around the corner so they can't hit me. Make them come to you, you don't go to them.
Interrupt.
Okay, wait for these ads to pop out. Now on a 5... Just off there. On a 5 mask run, I'd have to be much faster than this. But now all that's left up here is tumors, and we can keep moving. This area probably takes the longest out of everything. There is so many things that keep you in combat for little to no reason. Okay, it's a purple. Ailey's favorite color. That's what we're after. And then this guy's here. Perfect. So let's go ahead and kill him now. He's an elite, so he's going to give us back some of our focus. He's going to give us some of our sanity back. I'm going to take these guys out, and then there's going to be 5 Portal Guardians. The first one's right there. Let's grab this black liquid. We're going to come into here, and there's going to be one guy with a bunch of these little globules. I just cleave off of the Portal Master, and the globules will blow up when they die. They drop a circle, but they are down. So that's 2 portals closed. Get my fragment that just is there to keep you in combat, and keep on moving. So the next one, there's one here, but I tend to go over here first. Oh, purple. Nice. And I'm just going to stand here. So I can attack the purple keeper, or the portal keeper, haha, and I'll dodge this void buffet that the greater void elemental is going to cast. He'll cast it again, but you can usually just kick it at that point. Little dude. Thanks, little guy. And then the slows, the slows, the slows. I'm going to stand out here, wait for the circle, go out, and then I'm going to actually cleave on the void speaker because that's what's going to do the most damage to us. I'm fine with letting one of these elementals cast his buffet on me, assuming I have some, like, I can kill everything else very quickly. Alright, and this is just like that first, like, hill pull in here, where you really need to... So if you pull this guy, he'll pull by himself, and I'm going to disengage back. I'm going to... Oh, don't have line of sight, so that's fine. So all those casters are going to come out, and I'm going to get disoriented. And then now they're down here on our territory, so then we can easily mind flay, or kick their mind flay, but I guess I'm not going to, and take them out. So again, blue equals bad, purple equals good. We're going to have another set. Kind of cutting it close here. I'm opting not to cut it close, because what I could do is pull this appendage and then kill the guy with True Shot back there, and he'll give me some of my sanity back. But I'd rather opt to make sure I get this done at a 4, and then I'll work on practicing the 5. I think you have to play almost perfectly to get a 5 mask run done this week, but my goal is actually a 7 mask run next week. Because the mask that you have, the last mask that you have at your disposal this week is the Long Night, and in itself it is a very, very basic mask. All it does is cut the amount of sanity that you have in half. Doesn't sound bad necessarily until you realize, I'm going to go off to the side here, until you realize that it makes this, you have to do it in half the time. Even if you're, you almost have to play perfect, and even then, I don't even know. Okay, so we're here at Magister Umbric, and this is where I'm going to go ahead and switch to a pet, just to make the transitions between the phases in here easier. So if there's a pet on Umbric, or there's something in his melee range, he'll stop casting his ability. Okay, I need to interrupt that. Then at 75%, he's going to go to one end. Okay, now he's going to cast Frozen Storm where I can't attack him. I get disoriented again. But now I can. I'm going to push him to the other side, or at least hope I do. Okay, and now my pet's going to run all the way down there, and I can basically stay in the middle. All hunters can do this. So I'm going to have ads. He had the polymorph, but it didn't matter. And you can just stand there. Yes, Marksman Hunter doesn't run with a pet normally, but it seriously makes it so much easier. I would implore you to at least give it a shot. But now we are at the very end of our road. I'm going to go ahead and pop into here. We're going to start Illyria's roleplay. And then in the meantime, I'm going to switch back to no pet. And she has all 4 buffs now. I have done this once before where I missed one captive because I'm a dummy-dumb. 87 million health. Got all my cooldowns. Let's do this.
Watch your step.
The Darkened Sky is just going to dodge the
Run.
stuff on the ground. She has the Chains of Servitude, which I can't deal with because I didn't have my turtle thanks to Umbric. But it's okay, because she's almost down. As soon as this pops out,
Interrupt.
there we go. All right, so that was a 4-mask run in the bag. I have a lot of work to do if I want to do a Mad World 5-mask run this week. But for sure, we'll be doing 5-mask plus this next week. So I hope you guys will come and hang out for that. Thank you guys so much for checking out my content. Thank you for checking out specifically the Horrific Visions. Some of my favorite content they've ever added into this game. That's all I've got to say today. So thank you guys for watching. Best of luck in your run, and I'll see you next time.